This is a SnapEd New York video presentation.
Hi, I'm Geraldine, and I'm a SNAP educator with the SNAP Education program working with City Harvest. Today I will show you how to make delicious sauteed apples to be served with overnight oats or over yogurt. Everything you eat and drink matters. The right mix can help you be healthier now and in the future. My plate illustrates the 5 food groups that are the building blocks for a healthy diet. When we see the 5 sections of my plate, fruit, vegetable, grains, protein, and dairy, apples fall into the fruit category. When looking at your own plate, we should aim to make half of our plate fruit and vegetables. Adding apples to the plate can help you get one step closer to meeting your daily intake of fruit. Fruits are also rich in fiber, which helps you keep you full longer and keeps you regular. Fruit-rich diets may reduce the risk of heart disease, including heart attack and stroke, and may protect against certain type of cancer. For this recipe, you will need 4 apples, preferably golden delicious, but you could use any apples of your choice, or you could even use pears if that is available. 1/4 cup of raisin, 1/2 cup of water, cinnamon to taste, or you could even be a little more adventurous and use nutmeg. For the overnight oats, we will be using 1/2 cup of old-fashioned rolled oats, 1 cup of milk of choice, or 2/3 cup of milk and 1/4 cup of yogurt, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a pinch of salt, and as an option, you could use honey or maple syrup. Be sure to wash your hands thoroughly. I washed these apples under cold running water. I like to create a flat surface because this makes it easier when working with produce, the rocks, and roll. One way to preserve apples, if you're not going to use the whole apple, is to rub some lemon or lime over it and wrap it tight or put it in an airtight container. When selecting your apples, look for the ones with no nicks or bruises. Ripe apples are crisp and firm to touch. Seasonal produce is often cheaper and tastier and is typically featured in center aisle displays in supermarkets. In a saucepan, we're going to combine the apples, the raisins, some cinnamon, and water. Like our apples, raisins fall into the fruit category, but dry fruits are very high in sugar. So stick to about 1/4 cup per serving, which is about 1 handful. When considering fruit, we should think about variety. Choose dry, frozen, canned, as well as fresh. If canned, make sure it's packed in 100% juice rather than syrup. We're going to simmer the apples, stirring occasionally for about 10 minutes or until apples are soft and the liquid has evaporated. They smell delicious. I really enjoy this recipe. It's like the filling for apple pie. Grains are also part of the 5 food groups. This recipe calls for rolled oats. Rolled oats are a whole grain and are a great source of soluble fiber, which can help you keep your blood cholesterol levels low. Also, dairy is part of our 5 food groups. Low-fat milk and non-fat yogurt are in this recipe. Dairy products provide health benefits, especially for bone health. They include nutrients such as calcium, potassium, vitamin D, and protein. Let's talk about how to make the overnight oats. We're going to add the oats, milk, our 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, our 1/3 cup of yogurt, cinnamon, our pinch of salt, and our tablespoon of maple syrup. I like maple syrup over honey a little bit. And we could whisk this together or mix this together. I have my jars here. I usually like to make a couple of jars and leave them in the refrigerator. We could refrigerate this at least for 4 hours, but preferably overnight. And before eating, you could top it with the sauteed apples, dry fruit, nuts and seeds, and whatever else you like. And that's it. That's pretty much to enjoy. Another way to eat the sauteed apples is over yogurt. It makes a delicious parfait. So you could just have your yogurt, your sauteed apples, you could put a nut butter, you could put something crunchy in it, like any other kind of nut. And it's really, really, really delicious. This recipe yields about 4 servings. Half a cup of each, which would count towards the adult daily goal of at least 1.5 to 2 cups a day. In general, 1 cup of fruit or 100% fruit juice or half a cup of dry fruit counts towards your daily intake of fruit. This is going to grow a little bit overnight. We can store this in the fridge in an airtight container just like this one or any other Tupperware that you might have at home for up to 2 days. The oats might become really soggy after that. The cost of this recipe is about $4.13. So it's a great recipe for this 4 servings that we made. Good morning, it's a new day. I just took the oats out of the fridge. They sat there overnight and now they're ready to be enjoyed. They're nice and creamy and delicious. Thank you so much for joining me today as we learn about the 5 food groups that are the building blocks to a healthy diet and about how to prepare a healthy recipe using fruits and also our overnight oats. Remember, small changes can make a big difference. Thank you and see you next time.
Thank you for joining us today. We know the healthy choice isn't always the easiest choice, but small changes can make a big difference. Start today by getting involved with SNAP-Ed New York. This program is free for those who qualify or receive SNAP benefits. We want to help you save time, save money, and eat healthy. Learn how SNAP-Ed can make a difference in your life. For more information and to find your local program, visit snapedny.org. This material is funded by USDA's Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. SNAP. This institution is an equal opportunity provider.